Parshas Miketz Chamishi. Yosef says, if you are honest, if you're correct, achichem echad, yosef bebeis mishmarchem. So one of your brothers is going to be in prison. V'atam dechu aviu shever ravim batechem, and you go bring the grain for the hunger of your household. Now Rashi explains, what does it mean bebeis mishmarchem? She'atam asurim be'ashav, which you are now in prison. The base of to your father. Shever ravim batechem, to the grain of the hunger of your household. Mashikenisam l'ravim asher batechem, which means what you have purchased for the hunger of the members of your household. Chav ves achechem makotem taviolai, your youngest brother bring to me. V'yomnu divrechem leisam musu, so that your words will be verified and you will not die. V'yasu chen, and they did so. Rashi said v'yomnu divrechem yisamsu v'yiskaimu, let them be confirmed and fulfilled. Kamei omin omin, as it says omin omin. Kamei omin no dvarcha, and like may your word now be verified. And they said to one another, the brothers said to one another, Hashem manachnu, we are guilty. Anachinu, of our brother. We saw the distress of his soul when he was begging with us. We did not listen. This is why this trouble came. This trouble came to us. Rashi Aval Ketagumli, and the Targum says, "Bekushta, indeed, in truth." But Isu Beishas Rabbi Shloimy Greenwald, Aval Ram. I saw that in the language of the Southerners, Aval means in truth. Ba time of a base. There's an accent on the base, Lefishu Shin Ovar, because it's in the past tense, meaning Shekfarba. It has already come. The Targumli Asalona. The Targum says, which is the past Asalona. Reuben said, didn't answer them and said, didn't I tell you, do not sin against the lad? But you did not listen to God. In English, behold, his blood too is being demanded. So the use of the word es or the word gam is rebuin, denotes inclusion. In the case it means his blood, and also the blood of his aged father. But they did not know Yosef. They did not know that Yosef was listening. Yosef understood for the interpreter was between them. Yosef Mabel the Shainim understood their language came, and they were speaking in this manner in his presence. For the interpreter was between them. Whenever they spoke with them, the interpreter who knew both the Hebrew and the Egyptian was between them. And he would interpret their words for Yosef and Yosef's words for them. Therefore they thought that Yosef did not understand Hebrew. They turned away and they cried. Then he returned to them and spoke to them. And Yosef took Shimon from amongst them, and imprisoned him before his eyes. He distanced himself from them so that they would not see him weeping. And they wept because he heard that they were remorseful. As Shimon who this is Shimon who cast them into the pit. This is who said to Levi, behold, the dreamer is coming. And that's why he took care of Shimon. Yosef intended to separate him from Levi so that the two of them don't take a counsel to assassinate him. And he imprisoned him before his eyes. But they are telling us he imprisoned him only before their eyes. But as soon as they left, he released them, and he gave him food and drink. Yosef commanded, and they filled their vessels with grain. And he commanded to return their money, each one's sack. And to give them food for the way. And he did so for them. And they loaded their grain upon the donkeys. And they went away from there. And they opened his sack to give his fodder to his donkey at the lodging place. And he saw his money there, It was in the mouth of his sack. So Rashi Yiftach who Levi, this is Levi. It means that he was, why is it calling Yiftach? What's the one? Because he was the one, he was always the Shimon, it was his companion, and they were not together now. Ba'malin is lodging place, Ba'makom Shalanu Shemalayla, which means the place where they lodged at night. Amtachti, whose sack, this is a sack. Vayemer El Achiv Hushav Kaspe, and he said to his brothers, my money has been returned. And indeed, here is my sack. Their hearts sank. And trembling, they turned to one another, saying, what is this that Hashem has done to us? The money is in it with the grain. What is it that Hashem has done to us? To bring us to this accusation, for the money was not returned except to cause to accuse us falsely. And they came to Yaakov their father to the land of Canaan. And they told them all that had befallen them, saying, the man, the Lord of the king, spoke to us harshly. And he accused us of spying on the land. And we said to them, we are honest. We are not spies. We are 12 brothers, the sons of our father. One is gone, and today the youngest is with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man said to us, the Lord of the land said to us, with this I will know that you are honest. Leave one of your brothers with me, and the hunger of your household take and go. And bring the youngest brother to me, so that I will know, for I will know that you are not meraglim, and that you are honest. And I'll give you your brothers, and you may travel around the land. Which means you may go around. Every expression of merchants and commerce is based on the fact that the merchants travel around and look for merchandise. And it came to pass that they were emptying their sacks. Each one's bundle of money was in his sack. They saw the bundles of the money, they and their father, and they became frightened. His bundle of money. And their father Yaakov said to them, she called them, you have bereaved me. Yosef is gone, but Shimon and Shimon is gone. And you want to take Shimon, all these troubles have come upon me. She called them, what does that mean? Yosef, it teaches that they suspected perhaps they killed him, Shimon, or sold him like Yosef. She called them, what does it mean? Anyone who has lost his children, Koru Shaku, is called a Shaku. And Reuben said to his father, saying, you may put my 2 sons to death, and if I don't bring Binyamin back to you. Now, you put him into my hands, I will return to him, me. And Yaakov said, my son shall not go down with you. Because his brother is dead, and he alone is left. And if misfortune befalls him on the way you are going, you will bring down my gray head and sorrows to the grave. He did not accept Reuben's offer. He said, my firstborn son is a shaita, is a fool. He tells me I should kill his sons. Are they his sons and not my sons? Parak Mem Gimel Pasuk Alavaro, Kovid Baris, the hunger was severe in the land. And it came to pass when they finished eating the grain Asher Avim Mitzrayim that they brought down to Mitzrayim. And the father said to them, go back and buy us little foods. They finished eating. Yehuda said to them, wait for the old man until there's no bread left in the house. When they finished, Hetziu, when they stopped. Avatargim Katsapiku Teya. The one who says Katsapiku is making a mistake. The camels had finished drinking is rendered Katsapiku, which means when they had drunk their fill. For there was the end of their drinking. This instance is when they had finished eating. Means when the food was depleted. Jesus said to them, saying, the man warned us repeatedly, saying, you shall not see my face. Built the if your brother is not with you. This is an expression of warning. Since your warning is usually given in the presence of witnesses. Similarly, I warned your forefathers, will go down, or the people. You shall not see me without your brother being with you. Unkelus, however, accepts titles except when your brother is with you. He explained this pasuk according to this context, was not precise in translating according to the language of the pasuk. If you send our brother with us, then we can go and buy food for you. But if you not send him, we will not go down. This man said to us, you shall not see my face. If your brother is not with you. So Yaakov said, why have you harmed me? By telling me, the man, that you have another brother. But even when he said, the man asked us about us, and about our family. Lamer asked, saying, is your father still alive? Do you have a brother? And we told him, according to these words, could we have known that he would say, bring your brother down? Which means for our lineage. Mender says, even in the manners of our cradles, he revealed to us. That we have a father and a brother. According to the question that he asked, we were compelled to answer. And he would say, Asher Yemar, this is Asher Yemar. Asher Yemar, that he would say, Ki is an expression of Im, and Im is an expression of Asher. So, who Im? Sharzek Im, Himoy Adin Dibarti Dvari. Im Yuda Yisrael, and Yuda said to Yisrael, Avu Shulchanar Itavanakumo Vanelcha. So Yehuda said to Yaakov, his father, send me the lad with me, and we will go. Get up and go. We will not die. We and you and all your young children. And some the Ruach HaKodesh within him. Through this trip, your spirit will be revived. As it says, and the spirit of your father Yaakov was revived. And not die of hunger. Yamin Suffolk Yitafis Suffolk Yitafis. As for Benjamin, we're not sure whether he will be seized or whether he will not be seized. All of us will certainly die of hunger if we do not go. We better to leave the doubtful situation and seize the situation that is certain. I guarantee him. For my hand, you can demand him. If I do not bring him to you, he'd stack the lefanecha, I stand before you. I was sitting against you for Rashi. We'd stack the lefanecha, standing before you. I will not bring him to your death, but alive. And I've sinned against you forever, and then I'll bow for the world to come. For had we not tarried, but now we would have already returned twice. So Rashi listen, because of you, For we would have already returned with Shimon, and you would have not suffered all these days. So Yisrael, the father, said to them, if so, do this, take some of the choice products of the land of your vessels and take down to the man as a gift a little balm and a little honey, wax, and lotus, statues and almonds. So Rashi April Lashon Yester, this is a redundant word. Saki Mil Lashon Ivri, used as a stylistic purpose in Hebrew. If so, that I will be compelled to do this. So that I will send with you. Also. So I will have to search and seek where is the place that we can say, here is a solution as well as advice to give you, and therefore I say do this. Some of the choices of the land of Rashi says, Mishtabach ba'ara, from the song of the land. From what is praised in the land, which everyone sings that it came into the world. The chayis, which is shava, wax. Botnim, what does botnim mean? Leidati mahim, I do not know what they are. Firush alav beisho, lemachor isi, then shem afarsikin, they are afarsikin. Pasiki beis, v'chesav mishtek chuim biyad, and take double the money in your hands. V'sakesav amushra befi am techayseichem b'tashivu biyadchem, ulei mishkehi, and take double the money in your hands, and the money as returned in your mouth of the sacks you shall return in your hands. Perhaps it was a mistake. As the Mishnah says, Pishnayim Kadishan, twice as much as the first. Hu biyadchem, what does it mean? Lish bar eichel, to purchase food. Shema hukar ashar, perhaps the price is risen. Ulay mishke hu shema hamamun alabayis chachu b'shegig, perhaps I want to point over the house and they really forgot it. Vasachichim kochu, take your brother and get up. Kumu shu ish, go back to the man. El Shaddai yidin lachem rachem l'fnei ish, and may Hashem grant you compassion before the man. V'shidach lachem asachichem acher v'sbinyamin, and he'll release you to you and your brother Binyamin. V'ani kasher shakolti, and as for me, I am bereaved. V'shadai mata inchem chesirim l'chlum. For now, you're lacking nothing. Ela tefillah but davening, I'm davening for you. El Shaddai shadai b'nesinas rachem l'chli chliyah yichilus b'yod l'iten yitin lachem rachem, whose grant of mercy is sufficient, and has sufficient power to grant, he grants compassion. This is the sole explanation. Medrash, and the Medrash said, Misham Ha'elam Dai, may he who said in this world, enough, Yemer Dai Tzerasenu, may, so he should say enough to the Tzerah, Shalei Shakatati, Tzerah, I have not enjoyed tranquility since my youth. Why? Because Tzaras Love and Tzaras Yisrael, Tzaras Rachel, Tzaras Dina, Tzaras Yisrael, Tzaras Shimon, Tzaras B'nyamin, and all the Tzaras of these people. Shil Lachem v'yifter l'chayin, and he will release you. Kitargume, as the Targum says, meaning Yifterinu ma'asurev, he will release you from the bonds and the chashich al shinam, person he shall let him out of freedom. And if the Targum listen, v'yishlach, shadasham, ha'im ha'luchem atzlai. Tzchichem Tzaras Shimon, after the chachilif, Yisrael, where the Rabbi Yosef, Ani Ashvuchem Eir Shakum Safek, until you return, I will brave out of doubt. So the men took this gift and they took double the amount of their money in Yemen, and they got up and went down to Mitzrayim and stood before Yosef. Says they led Yemen away. The fish and the gift because the expression of taking money and taking a person is not the same in Aramaic. Regarding a thing taken in his hand, we translate nasiv. Something taken by persuasion, we translated udavar.